Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday, October 2nd. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day. As you can see from the title, this is my Dancing with the Stars review, week 3. A lot of stuff happening this week. We have Ray Lewis, who was hurt. He had some damaged tendons in his toes that he had from playing football, and it just never either healed completely or re-damaged himself. Not quite sure, but he's out of the competition. The doctor said if he kept dancing, he would probably never walk again, and it would damage forever. There would be no fixing it or going back, sadly, because I thought he was one of the top contenders and that he was gonna do so great, and it's so unfortunate. I wish they would do for him like they did for Christy Brinkley, where she injured herself in the practices of Dancing with the Star and broke her arm really bad. And she was able to get her daughter to take her place, and her daughter is doing very well. And so I'm so happy for them that they can still keep it in the family, and then her daughter was able to just support her mom and just still bring it home for them. So I wish Ray Lewis had somebody in his family, a son. I don't think he has a son above 18. I just don't think he's that old. So I don't know, or a brother or somebody. I wish they had somebody for him and that they could still bring it home for him. But they didn't say anything about that, so I'm assuming it is what it is. Cheryl did end up dancing, but she danced with, oh my God, I forgot his name. What's his name? I forgot. He was a football player and won the season before last, I believe. Rashad, I forgot the last name, but I love him. He is one of my favorites. They keep bringing him back for like little extras and stuff like that. So I was so happy to see him. They had to fill in that space of time for the show. So I'm assuming that's why they had Cheryl go ahead and dance with Rashad, just to keep it going. But they didn't get any votes or anything like that. It doesn't work towards the competition. It was just, I believe they need to fill in that gap of time for the show. And to, kind of help Ray Lewis to say, hey, let what you were going to do still come out to the forefront. So I thought that was really cool of him to do. So because of that, no one was eliminated, and I'm so happy, because that's usually what they do. If somebody's disqualified or gets injured and is completely out, they still have to keep on the track of the show. So it gives people that probably would have went home a chance to stay again. I didn't agree on who was on the bottom, which ended up being Kel and Whitney and Lamar and Peta. Lamar did have a very low score, even though each week he's getting better. I'm telling you, first he had those huge fears and doubts and insecurity, and his cognitive and memory problems just really showed the first week. But I'm glad there was no elimination that first week. So he came back, he did a little bit better. And so, and then he came back. I mean, he's just, I guess when he was able to stay, not based on his, which includes the votes of the judges, but not just solely based on that he was still here because of his fan base, which I so love because I'm one of his fans. And I'm rooting for him, even though he's not the best dancer at all. I mean, each week he's getting better, so he could totally take us by storm. But yeah, so this week he came out and just shined. I mean, he was like more relaxed, more happy. He had his faith built up based on his fan base being there for him and keeping him in the competition. He just had a secureness about him that really helped. The only thing at the end, he messed up on a big step. So that kind of hurt him. Otherwise, his scores would have been the best yet for him. So yeah, that's unfortunate because he really put his all into it, and he did so much better, and I was so proud of him. But yeah, so good thing is that because of the Ray Lewis situation, no one was eliminated. So Lamar was saved, and so was Kel, which is beyond me. Kel's one of the top contenders. This fly is really getting on my nerves. Top contenders, and he's so smooth and so natural, and he just is working out a few little kinks here and there. So I was really surprised to see him on the bottom. But, you know, even though the voting system has changed, which I'm so happy, where the judges still have the last word, because they really didn't have the last word. All they could do is give a great score, but that meant nothing because the fans are who took over, which we love that. We love that they take us into consideration and they give us a chance to put our vote in, you know. And I'm still glad that they keep it that way, but I did think with a few controversies, especially with the Bobby Bones thing, that they really needed to change something. That had happened quite a few times. I mean, where people were amazing from beginning to end and were taken out of the competition, and it just was crazy. So we needed to have a balance. So I'm so glad that now the judges do have the last say, where before they didn't. They just can only hope that their great scores would help. But now they have the last say. So out of the two bottom people, they get to save one. So they have the last say, which is great because they're going to save the best dancer, not somebody who's just more famous or have more of a following or more of a fan base. Even though I love that it's holding Lamar up, and I wanted the fans to have a right to vote and also the judges, but in a more stricter, better way to really support the concept of the show, which is Dancing with the Stars, may the best man win kind of thing, you know. So I'm so glad that the judges now have the last say. I'm also glad that now you can't call. So now you could just text, and the text number, if you guys don't have it or haven't been able to catch up, is 21523. That's for everybody. That's for everybody. It's one text number to 21523, and you just put in the message the name of the person that you want to vote for. And I don't know if there's a limit on how many times you could do that. But you can also go online and vote. But they give you very little time. They give you, I think, 15 minutes after the show is completely done. And they give you time to vote before the show is done. So a little bit as the show is coming to a closing, they give you a chance to vote. And I think the max is 15 minutes after the show. And you have to be on top of it. We DVR it as we're watching it. And so sometimes if we have to go to the bathroom, we'll put it on pause. We try to go when there's a commercial so we don't have to rewind and be behind. But sometimes we have to. So we're like 10, 15 minutes behind. And this week I forgot and I tried to vote and it was like, the voting was closed. And I'm like, what? It just finished. And my daughter's like, no, but we did a few pauses. We waited because we were fixing my son's phone and all that stuff. So we were like 15, 20 minutes behind. So I missed out. But I'm not going to miss out these coming weeks. So there we go. So yeah, if you want to vote, text to 21523. And in the message, put the person that you want to win, like Kel, Lamar, Sailor, Kawamo, stuff like that. I think that who should have been on the bottom should have been definitely Sean Spicer and Lamar Odom because they had the two lowest scores. Lamar and Peta end up with a 12-point score, and Sean Spicer and Lindsay had a 15-point score. They were the lowest in the voting as far as the judges. And that's right because they're not the best dancers at all. I'm rooting for Lamar because I love him so much. And for everything he's been through, he's coming back to reclaim his life, his health, his family. And so he's on a recovery road, and I just want to root for him. You know, I love his heart and stuff like that. Sean Spencer, I'm not a fan, of course, and we all understand why. But, you know, you still want to, they decided to have him on there, so we want to be fair. And if he was great, I would say, wow, you know, he wasn't great here, but he is definitely great here. So props to him as far as technical dancing skills. But it's not the case. He wasn't great there. He's not great here at all. Him and Lamar are staying pretty much in the bottom. But he had 3 more points than Lamar. So if they were both in the bottom, if the judge went by technical skill, it would definitely probably have been Lamar going home as far as points. But Lamar is doing better dancing-wise to me and you can clearly see it, than him. I feel like he's a few steps before Sean as far as having that natural rhythm, and really just, you can see the potential of him doing it, but he made a big mistake at the end. Sean didn't make that mistake, but he didn't dance great either. So it was kind of like a balance, and I totally agree with the point system. Sean Spicer did deserve those 3 extra points because he didn't make, I mean, he might have made a little couple of hiccups here and there, but he didn't really make that big mistake like Lamar. So I totally agree with the points where Sean should deserve the 3 more points more. But I felt like if they were in the bottom, not based just on this dance, but kind of like the potential, since they were so close, I would hope that they would save Lamar. But if they had been in the bottom, I'm afraid that they, as far as technical and who made the mistake or not, they would have definitely saved Sean. So it doesn't matter pretty much this week. I think Sean should have went home. I think he should have went home last week, and they didn't have voting the first week. But I think he should have went home last week, but he didn't. I think he as well has a huge fan base, or a big fan base. I don't know about huge, but a big fan base that obviously is saving him in this competition. But it doesn't matter because no one would have been eliminated. So even if he was on the bottom, he wouldn't have been eliminated, but neither would have Lamar. So that's great. So it'll be interesting to see what's happening next week. So let me just go back kind of and let you know what the theme was. The theme was movie night. Sharna was saying in an interview that they took away the theme nights. So I was surprised to see movie night. And that hurt me when she said that. I'm like, oh no, I love movie night. I love the Disney night. I love your memorable year, because it's all an emotional, they're all touching stories. We get to know the celebrities a little bit more deep into their soul. So I love that memorable year. So I hope they keep all the themes. Maybe she meant that they took away some. I don't know. But they obviously have it because it was movie night. And so Kay and Pasha were on the top of the leaderboard with a 24-point score. They did a song from 9 to 5. Actually, the song is 9 to 5 with Dolly Parton. She did amazing. She's not one of my favorites, but I think she's sweet and she's doing really good. She was she's been in that middle towards the top, and this week she was in the top score, 24 points, her and Pasha. So they did 9 to 5. Lamar and Peta did Rock and Roll. And like I said before, he had a very low score of 12. Each judge gave him 4 points. James and Emma, they were in second place with 23, and they did the song Shallow by A Star Is Born. And then, there's a tie actually for the first place. Kat and Pasha got 24 with the 9 to 5. And then Allie and Sasha also got 24. They did Selena, Dreaming of You. So those are the top. They tied for the top 2 spots. They tied for the top spot. Okay, I think I said it right. Then you have, in second place, James and Emma, like I said, who did Shallow, Star Is Born. Then another 23-pointer was Sailor and Val, which did Mamma Mia, which she was just overjoyed because that is her and her mom's favorite movie. They know every song, every word to every song. That was just like a dream come true for them. So they're tied in second place with James and Emma. And then in third place, I want to say it's Hannah and Alan. They did a song from the movie Bridesmaids. And then it goes down to 1, 2, 3, fourth place. There's 2, which is Lorena and Gleb. They did the song Pretty Woman, walking down the street. So they did that one. And then they tied with Kel and Whitney, who did Titanic, My Heart Will Go On with Celine Dion. And then after that, which would be fifth place, which would be Lindsay and Sean Spicer with 15 points. They did Saturday Night Live with John Travolta. And then it was Lamar and Peta with a 12-pointer in sixth place. They did Rock and Roll, like I said. And then you have Kawamo and Jenna, which, why did I put 10 here? I'm sure they didn't get a 10. What was their score? Maybe I meant to put 15. I don't know. I wrote 10. Oh, this flag is driving me crazy. Oh my God. I'm 16. Oh, thank God I wrote it on the right side. 16, and they did I'm Still Standing from the movie Rocket Man about John Elton's life. So yeah, it was actually 16. So they're actually before Sean Spicer and Lindsay. So yeah, so then it becomes Sean Spicer and Lindsay, who did Saturday Night Live, and then lowest score, like I said, Lamar and Peta, who did Rock and Roll with a 12 point. So that's the standing. So let me go over it again. We have Kat and Pasha, and then we have Allie and Sasha, first place. Then we have James and Emma, Sailor and Val in second place. And then we have Hannah and Alan in third place. In fourth place, we have Kel and Whitney. Did I say fourth place? In fifth place, we have Kawamo and Jenna. Seventh, Lindsay and Sean Spicer. 8, Lamar and Peta. And 12, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sean Ray Lewis didn't get points. Oh, Lorena and Kel were tied for 20-pointer. Oh my God, let me get my words out. So yeah, so that's what we have. Let's look at the top two, Kat and Pasha and Allie and Sasha. And then the bottom is Sean Spicer and Lamar Odom and Peta. So those were your top two, top bottom. No one was eliminated because of the Ray Lewis injury. Yeah. And it doesn't look like they're going to replace like they did for Christy Brinkley. I don't know, because I can't even predict next week because, oh my God, it's just, I believe Hannah and James keep fighting for the top place, even though they didn't get top place this time. It was Kat and Allie. So it's James and Hannah up there. Then you have your Allie and your Kat, and then kind of in the middle, Sailor and Val, Kel and Whitney. Kawamo, he's doing great, but he's, for some reason, the judges aren't feeling it as much. So yeah, so I'm still rooting for Lamar because, like I said, I just, my heart goes out to him for everything he's been through, and I just want to root for him. He's getting his life back. He has a beautiful girlfriend that's there every night at the show. They're having a new reality show, which I think might not be a great idea because reality shows tend to really hurt marriages. But hey, it's not impossible. You can still stay strong and represent who you are on a reality show. So it'll be interesting to see it. So I'm still rooting for him. But I can't really put my hand. Probably my next favorite would be Kel and Whitney. Then Allie and Sasha, and it goes from there. Definitely my not top is Sean Spicer. For one, he's not dancing the best. You know, for two, I just think, you know, it's just not going to work, you know, because of the dancing skills and because of the whole controversy. I mean, everybody deserves a chance. You know, maybe he's trying to change his life, but, you know, he hasn't shown that because he still has that support, you know, and he still, you know, likes, you know, certain things and people. And, you know, it's just, it's very hard because, you know, the truth is he wasn't great in the administration. And he stood for things that weren't right, that weren't true. And so, and it's hurtful. It's, you know, it's sad for our country. You know, we want people to have our back. We want people in the administration to protect us, to have our best interests at heart as humanity, as a country. And so, you know, he didn't have a good reputation or a good look while he was there. You know, now he's trying to do something, move on and do something different in his life, and that's always great. It's always space for change, and what's the word I'm trying to look at or trying to say? not revolving, evolving. So if this is just his way of making sense of his life and just wanting to have fun and to prove there's more to him than what we saw in the administration, then I think he should do that. I think everybody deserves a chance to save themselves. And if this was the route that he feels he will be able to do that, we're not convinced because, and I don't know if it's because they really can't get into politics talk or kind of give his emotion side of what he feels now versus how he felt different, if at all. So we really haven't seen that. We just seen this person that's, needed to do something different and was trying to have fun from everything that was probably ugly and dark. And so, I mean, he has a family, and so, if this is something that he wanted to do to cross off his bucket list or have fun, just to kind of soften what he has, said and done, then, hey, you can't blame him for trying. You just cannot blame him for trying. But he definitely does not deserve to win Dancing with the Stars by far. I mean, Lamar Odom is definitely sometimes hand in hand, and then he makes mistakes and he gets a little bit lower. And that's the fairness that, Sean Spicer did deserve those extra 3 points because of that mistake that Lamar made. But if you go both with the heart and soul and dancing, I think Lamar is getting better each week. I think definitely Lamar deserves to stay. And I think that Sean Spicer will be going home soon. But, that's what I think. They have proven us wrong so many times because they have put people that couldn't even dance at all. We're nice people, but couldn't even dance and got to the end. We're like, you let go of all those naturally talented, amazing dancers and the performances, and this is the worst person, the worst dancer of this whole group, and they got to go to the end. That's why they had to change the voting, because it didn't work out. And so definitely if we go by that, Sean Spicer at some point will be leaving. It'll be interesting to see if he stays. I'm feeling like his fan base is saving him, but they won't be able to save him for too much longer because there's so many other amazing dancers here that are getting really high points and that are being saved as well. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. We're on our pins and needles. We get to the end and, we're like, so far, it's okay. Like I said, I still think Sean Spicer should have left within these last 2 weeks of voting. But, hey, there's a reason for everything, and we'll see how far he goes. I definitely know he does not deserve to win Dancing with the Stars because he cannot dance. And there's so many others. Not like 2 others are better than him. Everybody's amazing and better than him. The only ones really struggling is Lamar and him. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I just pray and hope that Lamar can continue to stay, so it will allow him to get better and better and just come out and shock us all. I have high hopes for that. So, and I will be paying attention for voting. I didn't get to vote this week because that threw me off track with us being delayed 15 minutes. So I'll be on my toes this next week for voting. Make sure I get my votes in. Make sure you get your votes in. Like I said, they only have 15 minutes max after the show, and they let you start voting a little bit before the show ends. So be ready with your phones to text 21523, and then in the message, just put the person you want to win, whether it's Lamar, James, Allie, Sailor, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm excited for each Monday is so exciting because my daughter comes over. She comes over right after work. She's married, and we just, are eating together and watching Dancing with the Stars, and it's just so exciting. So, and it's our bonding time. Every time Dancing with the Stars come on, we have our Monday nights, kind of like Monday Night Football. So it's exciting. I don't know exactly who my daughters. Well, I think one daughter at least, my married daughter, is really supporting Kawamo. And I think my other daughter might be supporting Cal. So I think that's where they stand. So yeah, so that's all I got for my review with Dancing with the Stars. I hope that this, I always try to put in parentheses, spoiler alert, and I try to remind, you see that fly bugging me? I think it's because I have hairspray in my hair. I love hairspray, and they love hairspray, and it just gets on my nerves that he keeps annoying me. But yeah, so do watch Dancing with the Stars. Pretty exciting. I wouldn't say it's the most exciting season. For one, Shawn and Autumn not there. They're my two top favorite professional dancers. Not my two top favorite, but my top favorites. They're two of my top favorite professional dancers. I'm really hoping they're coming back next season. A lot of the people on the list here, some I knew, but didn't watch their show all the time. So I'm really going by technical and heart this time. Really trying to because, you know, I'm not a fan of a lot of these shows and a lot of these people, and some of them I just heard of. And so I'm just really trying to, you know, watch their performances and really go by technical skills. And the one that more is heart-wise is Lamar Odom. So, but yeah, so it's not the most exciting season, unfortunately. So I can't wait for next season. And there's been so many exciting past seasons that it's a little bummer that this is not my exciting season. But I'm still excited to watch it. I can't wait for Mondays to be here. And so, yeah, so I'm getting to learn them. And now that I'm getting to know them, you know, now I know who to, you know, vote for and root for, and just keeping it all in perspective. So I hope you're having just as much fun as us as watching Dancing with the Stars. You can leave in the comment. You know, my channel's not for debates. My channel's not for arguments. So I don't want anybody to put a comment, well, why don't you like him? Or why do you think that? This is my opinion. This whole video and any video I do is my opinion, my view, my review, you know, what I'm, you know, taking notes and watching and seeing. That's all mine. You don't have to feel the same way as I do or agree with what I say. By all means, you do you and I will do me. I ain't got time for all of that argument, debate, trying to tell me what to say, what to do, and why I think this way. It's just giving you my personal opinion, my personal review. And if you have a different review, that's great. You're supposed to do you. You're supposed to be true to yourself and think how you want to think and say what you want to say. This is my channel. This is my opinion. And I've always been an honest, transparent, fair, loving, giving person. Oh my God, this fly, I'm gonna kill it when I'm done. I hate that. And don't, animal lovers, please, 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 just reserve comments. You know, flies are really nasty. And look at them, I can't stop. Okay, I gotta get off of here. But yeah, so continue to watch with me Dancing with the Stars, and I hope it's as good and as exciting as it is for me. And I'll be back next week with my review for week number 4. Let's see what surprises and what disappointments we all feel and share. So we'll see. But anyway, please give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to put that notification bell, because that gives you heads up on all the videos I upload. And I got 2 more probably back to back today. So yeah, so until next week or until my next video, thank you so much for watching.